Hello, Zeb Aurelios from Star Wars Rebels, and you're listening to Inside the Force. Carabas. Gotta go, Hera's here.
It is a period of Star Wars mania, as new movies, comic books, novels, and TV shows populate the system. Fueled by their love and passion for the galaxy far, far away, two exceptional geeks tap into hundreds of holocrons in order to bring you the knowledge and insight of all things Star Wars. Come and join them as they go inside the Force.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Inside the Force. Dave Cottingham, and with me, as always, Casey Cooley.
Hello, everybody.
Let me just remind everybody, we are a mere 152 days from Star Wars Episode 8.
It's good.
152. I remember
good.
like from Force Awakens. I remember that from Rogue One.
Yeah.
I mean, half the years are gone already, right? So
Yeah.
that fast, people, that fast. The exact date is December 16th, I think. Is that right?
Sounds right.
Anyway, I hope everyone's having a great
15th.
start. December 15th, yeah. I hope everybody's having a great start to the second half of this year. It is July. We've got a lot to talk about in this episode. We're going to breeze through some movie news, which is very light.
Yeah.
D23 is happening right now.
This very moment. We're going to review the Vader #3 comic. We're going to talk the Disney Park stuff from D23, and then a couple novel things. I finished Thrawn, and Good.
I had a big road trip I did yesterday in Nashville, so I went ahead and started Dark Disciple.
Oh, cool.
And I am breezing through that, and I'm telling you, it is good.
Good.
So I will talk a little bit about that because Casey hasn't read it yet, so I don't want to reveal too much, but there's so much to talk about in that book.
Cool.
So anyway, news. What we got, Case?
Oh, boy. Not really a lot. Last Jedi is super quiet, but Han Solo is also,
Are we on the verge of getting into the trailer?
I think we're getting a behind the scenes reel. That's kind of the
Is that what you
common.
think so?
Yeah,
Because
that's
Comic-Con's next weekend,
but
they're not there then.
D23
So it has
is
to be
where
this.
it's at.
Yeah.
Ryan Johnson's going to be there, which we're recording this on Friday, so he'll probably
Tomorrow?
be there tomorrow, Saturday. So by the time you're listening to this, it might have already happened.
Right.
But there very well could be a behind the scenes reel. It's about that. I feel like that time we need something like that. So look forward to that, and that's gonna be freaking awesome. That's gonna be my whole weekend. And if that comes out, I'm gonna be watching that over and over again.
That's very true. Very true.
I doubt we'll get anything from Han Solo. I mean, maybe we'll get. I don't know, but Ron Howard's there. They're still working on it.
We could get our first look, like
That would be cool.
stills.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
official stills. That'd be nice. Ron Howard is still tweeting little pictures here and there. He tweeted what looked like a costume rack, like a little clothing rack with some jackets hung up and stuff like that, and a picture of Han's blaster. So a little, nondescript, very, of course, very vague, very safe photos, but nonetheless, it is still being worked on, and it seems like everything's okay. So far, no one's freaking out and saying same things that have been happening in the past. Woody Harrelson has been interviewed about it a little bit. He's not saying a whole lot, but he's saying it's in good hands. Basically, Ron Howard's a good guy. He's going to take care of it. He didn't have anything bad to say about Phil Lord or Chris Miller, so I wouldn't expect him to be bashing the directors or anything like that anyways. So, on the movie front, that is about it. And, yeah.
Right. Nothing also from Rebels, except we mentioned last week the Blu-ray is getting released August 29th, but no trailers, and I'm assuming we won't get anything else. We've got the trailer.
Right. Yeah.
We'll get some clips here and there probably leading up to the premiere, which I don't think they've released a date yet for the premiere. That'll be probably early September. Now, Destiny Forces of Destiny.
Right.
I was about to say Star Wars Destiny, but that's a game. It's a card game, dice game, which I'm not even playing anymore, really. Boo. So they released, last week when we recorded, they had just released the 5th episode, which was the Leia Sabine, I think, right? No. Yeah, Leia Sabine.
Yeah, this latest one, yeah.
That's the most recent one.
Yeah, there's been 3 since we've talked.
Yeah, so there's 8 total, right? That's out there. Mm-hmm. We talked. I'm pulling them up right now. We talked up through which one?
So Beasts of Echo Base, was it the Tauntaun?
Leia Chewbacca. That's right.
One?
Leia Chewbacca was the 5th one. So the 3 that came out after that, there was Padme and Ahsoka, which was called The Imposter Inside. Then you had The Stranger, which was Jyn Erso. And then you had Bounty of Trouble with Leia and Sabine. So that was the last one. I feel like they aired on Disney Channel.
They aired during something. I forgot what it was. It was like,
that's kind of a sporadic.
Yeah.
Interstitials is what they call them.
Yeah. There's more though. There's more that
There's more coming. Oh yeah, totally. There's got to be.
Don't know when.
Yeah, because you got Hera still. You've got the bounty hunter. Yeah.
Can't remember her name. And I'm pretty sure we got another one with Rey coming, and another one with Sabine and Leia. I think they're supposed to have one on Yavin.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. And I would assume there's got to be another one with Jyn, probably.
Yeah.
So really cool. What'd you think of the imposter inside Leia Ahsoka or Padme Ahsoka?
That one was cool.
Yeah.
I liked that one a lot.
That changeling, I guess that was.
Yeah, I guess it was.
I
don't know.
think it was.
But it was interesting and it kind of felt very much like a Clone Wars. It was good. Good little episode with these 2 characters that really haven't ever. I don't remember them ever having that much screen time during the Clone Wars. Mm-hmm. So it was pretty good to see them.
Yeah, that couple times, but not really much. Yeah.
So it's good to see these 2 fantastic characters share the screen once more. And
now I can't remember what season it was, but at some point, maybe 4, when she got the double lightsabers. Mm-hmm. Because she didn't have that the whole time.
Right.
So I don't know when this takes place, but this is a little further along. You can tell she's a little older than she was in the beginning of the Clone Wars. But I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I enjoy that part of the universe with Padme. So
yes, absolutely.
Now the Stranger. Now this threw me off a little bit because when you see the opening scene. Mm-hmm. It kind of looks like Lothal.
A little bit.
And then you have a lolcat, right?
Well, its technical name is Tuca Cat.
Okay.
But
Lothcat, right?
Lothcat is, I feel like that's also what it's called. I mean, it's against Star Wars Destiny. That's kind of what they...
Yeah, and I think those are canon. Yeah. They're using canon.
Anywho. It looks like Lothal. I don't believe it is, though. I cannot find... if anybody's ever really talked about what the planet is called, but I don't know. I don't know if it's Lothal or not. So,
so I was looking maybe in the description. I don't think it says anything. It just says Jyn comes to an aid of a little girl bullied by stormtroopers. But the opening scene, the opening shot, I think, I mean, it's a city and it's got these big, I don't know if Lothal, I can't remember if Lothal looked like that or not. I mean, maybe it didn't. But overall, I mean, it was, it was a good little scene. It wasn't really anything too,
no, not a whole lot of action. One of the more, one of the episodes that really have anything going on. It was just but it was still good to hear Felicity Jones. It was great to.
At first, when I first saw it, I did think of Jeddah a little bit.
Oh yeah,
but it wasn't high up, you
Sure.
know. But it felt like it was
It does seem
surrounded
more
by this.
more desert-y than
Yeah.
Lothal. Lothal has more of like a Great Plains feel, I feel like. But
Right.
I don't know.
But here's the strange thing is that so Jyn Erso, you know, messing around with saving this cat or whatever,
Yeah.
the Loth cat or whatever. But then the next one, Bounty of Trouble, it takes place in the same city.
Yeah, probably the same time, like right, the next
Exactly.
day. I don't know.
Around the same time. So
Yeah,
it makes you wonder if Jyn and Leia are going to
that would be so cool.
interact somehow,
Oh,
right?
man.
Because I thought that was...
Yeah.
It was so weird when I saw the opening shot again. I'm like, wait a minute, I just saw that with Jyn's.
Do you know that in the comic version of Rogue One, now they add a few little scenes here and
I
there.
haven't read it yet.
But there, I saw a panel where it's Paige with, I guess it's Mon, I forgot who was talking, Bail Antilles, Bail Organa, not Antilles, Organa, is talking to, I think, Mon Mothma at the war room, the Rebel war room in Yavin. And I think, maybe that is the right location, but I think Saw Gerrera's there. It's before Saw Gerrera split.
Oh.
I think there's a little Jyn and there's a little Leia. Just kind of like hanging out around there. I need to find this.
Wow.
But
That's killer.
I need to find this.
I think I have the digital comics of it. See, I wonder if that's in the novel.
It was like a flashback, so I don't know.
Because I think the graphic novel is based on the novel.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Bounty of Trouble, which was Leia running into Sabine again. Now, I don't know if they crossed paths in Rebel. I can't remember if Sabine was in that episode. Again, I could go back and watch that again, but there was that Leia episode that got the
Yeah.
the
No,
hammer.
I don't think, because in this episode of Force of Destiny, she basically sounded like she introduced herself to.
Oh yeah, you're
Leia.
right. You're right. I think she did.
Y'all can't see what I'm showing Dave, but if you can Google it, I just Googled Rogue One comic, Jyn
man.
Leia, and yeah, it's Bail talking to Saw around the war room table with little Leia by Bail's side and little Jyn by Saw's side.
That is them.
These
Oh
two
my
little
gosh,
kids.
that is crazy.
That's so awesome. So this has got to be like 5-6 years after Revenge of the Sith. You know, they're both pretty.
Well, Jyn looks
6.
like
So that was
Jyn doesn't look much older.
right. So
there.
that's pretty soon after that scene, that prologue from Rogue One, I would imagine.
Yes, yeah, because Saul Guerrero
Saw's
looks
bald.
like bald.
He's-
He's bald. Forrest
Looks a
Whitaker.
little more young.
Yeah, because they're roughly the same age, aren't they?
Oh,
Jyn and Leia.
Jin's a little older. Jin's like, she was born during the Clone Wars. Like a year or two, I think.
Maybe, yeah.
She's a little older. 'Cause I think they were born I think she was born 2 years into Clone Wars. I can't remember from Catalyst, but she was born while they were on that planet doing the research right before Separatists came and Krennic saved them and that kind of stuff. But while you're looking that up,
I think I'll look for it in here, but
Yeah.
she was. Looks like she was 21 BBY, so she's 2 years.
2 years older. Okay.
2 years older. Yep. 21 BBY.
Cool.
Died at the Battle of Scarif.
That's sad.
That's sad. Sorry, Jyn. Stardust. Okay, so Destiny, really good. Again, no more releases since Monday. Looks like it was the 9th. I think that was Monday, Sunday or Monday. Sunday. So I don't know if we expect any more. I mean, I'm sure there's more of them. I just don't know when they're going to be out. So let's talk D23. The only thing besides, like we just said, the possible announcements or anything from The Last Jedi, they did release yesterday, or was that today? No, it was
Late yesterday.
late yesterday. Yeah. They released the first actual model images, not CG renderings, physical models
Right.
of the layout of the Star Wars themed
It's a
park.
pretty detailed.
It is
And apparently
incredible.
they do this for when they're building new parks or attachments
Yes.
or expansions, they always do this. It is incredible looking.
Now I'm wondering, how are they doing? Are they doing a backdrop like that?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I guess they just did that for the sake of,
I guess. But
making it
okay,
look
so
cool.
if you go to the Star Wars Twitter or D23's Twitter, they put out these images, and it's it looks like a model train type, model. If you think about that size and all the tabling on top of that, but
have little fake people.
I mean, it looks like a Star Wars spaceport. I mean, it's like the buildings are a little domed looking, similar to like a Tatooine. But you can tell it's a foresty planet. There's a lot of trees and towers, almost kind of like Geonosis in a sense, where there's those
those big ones.
skinny spires.
Reminds me of Yavin.
A little bit of Yavin
but
too.
You see some moisture evaporators. In the market in the town there throughout there a little bit. See little droids. I actually thought I saw BB-8 in there. I think there's a hidden BB-8. I'll need to pull up the images.
I see. What looks like R4. The red one.
Well, he's actually next to that. Let me see. Turn your thing around there a little bit.
R4.
Yeah. I'll zoom in here. Beep, 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 beep.
Oh, it is BB-8.
BB-8's right there.
Wow, it is BB-8.
He's hidden.
You're right. But anyway, you can see there's also a TIE fighter in one shot. I didn't see the Falcon though.
Falcon's in there somewhere.
There's a TIE fighter.
There's
couldn't find
is it
the
an A-wing
Falcon.
or is it a Jedi Starfighter?
I see an A-wing and X-wing, and
Let's see here.
A-wing, X-wing.
Well, then maybe I saw another image somewhere else, but maybe it's an older image then, I suppose.
Of the Falcon.
Yeah.
I've seen a rendering of the Falcon.
Right.
I just didn't see where it was here.
Man,
It's
that's
supposed to
crazy.
be
It's
somewhere over here.
huge.
Yeah, but I mean, it's got all these. It's plenty of build. I see. I can't tell from here where the TIE fighters and stuff are. But it is just massive.
Okay.
So I'm assuming you walk in here,
Yeah.
you go through here. So you guys aren't seeing what we're looking at. Sorry, but unless you pull it up, there's this. I mean, it's just. I think I read it's about 14 to 15 acres worth of land. This is in Hollywood Studios behind the back left part of it. Opening May of 2019, and it is just. And now they're doing this in Disney World and in Disneyland, but I don't know if they're the exact same thing.
I think they're from the same planet. I
Yeah,
think it's
same
supposed to be
place,
different
parts of the planet, maybe.
Say May 2019?
May 2019
Oh,
is
wow.
that's what the rumor is that when it's going to be open. It's under construction right
We'll
now.
have an official word this weekend. for
Yeah,
D23.
I mean it is awesome. It is so. I mean, it's going to be incredible. It's going to be just incredible walking around there.
yeah.
Okay, so D23, not much
Not yet.
beyond that, really. Again, this weekend we're getting more, I'm sure. Okay, so comics. Let's talk. Vader #3 came out. I actually think it came out last week. No, it was this week.
A couple days ago.
It was a couple days ago. I saw Charles Soule tweet about it. He's, and this is Vader. Still, in his first 2 issues, he's getting tasked by the Emperor to go find a lightsaber. Apparently they don't give Sith lightsabers like I guess it was kind of thought of, because I remember if you think of the Clone Wars micro series, Dooku presented red sabers to Asajj.
Yeah, that's right.
So you would assume like you're a Sith now. Here's a saber, right? But that's not the case. He has to go get it. So he does find a Jedi that's still alive. What would we say his name was?
I'm going to go
Carrick.
with Master Kirak Infila. Wait, Infila, because there's a little apostrophe there as well. So Infila. Kirak Infila.
So what did you think about that issue?
It's cool, man. I just seeing the first glimpses of this character in issue 2. His design just looks like he's going to be awesome, and he pretty much is. He seems very powerful. He's just been hanging out on this planet, this outer rim planet for years. Seems like just really meditating and just really collecting himself and trying to learn all about the Force that he can. And he took.
We called it something.
Yeah,
didn't
that
he?
was what
Okay.
trying to find that vow. He took a vow. I don't know, try to guess the words like Barash vow or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Barash vow. And basically, you distance yourself from the Jedi Order. You go off, exile yourself, and you do. I mean,
It's like you wait for the Force's purpose for you.
yeah, it's kind of individualized, but you basically go out there as like a indefinite vision quest in a sense. You just kind of wait for the Force to tell you what you're supposed to do.
Correct.
And if you ever catch wind of anything going on with the Jedi Order, like a war, a battle, or even the extinction of the Jedi Order, you ignore everything because it's a very not selfish, but it's very internal vow you take, and you just literally cut ties with anything outside of your own mission. And this guy did that, and he was on this planet and just meditating. He has this little droid, his little fortress. He kind of this little mountain. He's kind of made his fortress, and when Vader came, he even said how he felt the disturbance of the purge and all that stuff. And I won't go into everything, but this guy he's incredible. He's great. He is very powerful, and he fights Vader a little bit. Kind of starts what hopefully will be an incredibly cool, long, expansive fight. But
yeah, he basically. I mean, he does Vader
he goes
very
toe to
badly.
toe.
Yeah,
Say that.
But it's funny how he was asking whether or not what was he. He was some kind of monster.
He didn't know if he was Sith necessarily.
He didn't know he was Sith. But he did sense. I mean, he sensed that he was the one that killed them all.
Yeah.
I mean, but that he couldn't do it alone. That there's a master is really good. And Vader, he didn't really say anything. He just took it and tried to fight and whatever. But there's still a lot more to go with that. So, very good issue. Charles Soule, great writer.
Yes.
Okay, so novels. I'll kind of talk a little bit about these novels. Thrawn, I won't do too much because I think I was close to finishing last week and I just finished it. And it's just so good. The ending is it literally leads right up to Rebels.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Because Governor Price is, the conflict that happened at the very end on this planet called Baton was concluded, and as they were kind of, Thrawn got his newest promotion, which straight from the Emperor, Grand Admiral.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And right before he goes in there, he sees Governor Price, and Price says, I helped you. Maybe you can help me. And in fact, I have rebel insurgents on Lothal I need to deal with.
Nice.
So it's stuff like that. So it's leans pretty much up to where Rebels is going. So you do actually get Thrawn. You do actually get the entire book. Basically his entire career. In the Navy from basically shortly after the Clone Wars up into Rebels. So it is basically that career, unlike Tarkin, because Tarkin was just a small section of his career. He still had a lot of years up until Episode 4. But Thrawn, I don't know how much they can do with Thrawn now in his prior to Rebels, because I'm sure, you can do a story here and there, but it covered, that's the thing, is it went through a lot of years and it went through a lot of different battles. It was basically incidences and events that led to his promotions through the ranks, basically, is what it was. Because he was, lieutenant, and then he was captain, then he was commander, then he was commandant, then he was admiral, and then I think he was grand admiral. I think it was the progression. So, But very good. I mean, just so well written. The way Zahn did now again, I listened to it so I can hear the voices and you know, when he does his inner monologue, you can hear his voice talking about it. And it's just how he assessed and talked through everybody. It was just so good. It was so good. You're not reading anything right now, I guess, are you?
Not right now, no. I'm busy, man.
Yeah. But so I'm eagerly waiting and very stoked for Inferno Squad.
Me too. I might actually have to listen to that one.
Yeah.
'Cause I want to hear her voice.
Hayden, yeah.
Janina Gavankar's voice.
Yeah.
And just it's going to be a battle novel, so I want to hear all the sounds.
But the thing about so Christy Golden wrote that Battlefront 2 Inferno Squad. So I didn't think I'd have enough time to get another book in before that one came out. But like I said, the other day I went on a long road trip, so I was able to listen to a lot of hours. So I went ahead and started, and I'm going to get through it hopefully before is Dark Disciple. Which is written by Christy Golden, and it's one of the first novels that came out. I think it might have been the third or fourth novel that was released. So it's been out for a couple of years. But Christy Golden, again, narrated by Mark Thompson, who did the Aftermath trilogy, did Thrawn, did A New Dawn. So really, really like Mark Thompson. Anyway, so he's doing this book. And this book, if you don't know, I'm going to go ahead and speak a little bit about it just because it's been out for a little while, but because it's so interesting. But it's about Asajj Ventress and Master Quinlan Voss. Now, Voss was I think an expanded universe character that they brought in.
I think so, yeah.
Because he was actually brought in at first in episode 3 as a mention, like in one of those briefings, Obi-Wan tells Anakin, Master Voss is doing this, right?
Yeah.
So people were freaking out because they're like, oh my gosh, Voss, is he canon now? So they basically turned him canon. So this book is Asajj Ventress and Quinlan Voss. Now, what really threw me off, which not threw me off, but really surprised me and just made me excited as I was reading it or listening to it. Dark Disciple. Like, what do you think Dark Disciple is?
I always just quick glance always thought it referred to Asajj, but I mean, I'm sure
it's exactly what.
Yeah, I mean, just when you don't know the story, you just glancing at it. It's what it leads you to believe. But I mean, sounds like it's something more.
It is something more. And it's nothing huge. It's nothing that'll. It's not like a. I mean, you would if you really read descriptions about the book, you'd probably.
Yes, I don't even know.
See, I never did either, right? Yeah. So I'll give you a brief synopsis of where I'm at now. I think I'm about halfway through the book right now. No, I'm not. Yeah, I think there's 42 chapters. I think I'm on 19 or 20. So, so basically what the plot is it's still in the Clone Wars, obviously. This is from episodes of the Clone Wars that didn't air. Right. So there's scripts that Christy Golden took and turned it into a novel. So this is after, Asajj is left, whatever, tried to attempt to kill Dooku, didn't happen. Went off and started bounty hunting, and doing all that. So this is somewhere I would guess somewhere during season 6 or right after season. This would have been season 7 or this would have been probably season 7. So like Ahsoka's left the Order and all this stuff. Really neat. So the point is that they're getting so deep into the Clone Wars, the Jedi Council decides that they and again, this kind of adds to kind of what happens to Anakin. But they're discussing, so it's Yoda, Obi-Wan, Mace, and Anakin kind of. Obi-Wan kind of. In fact, I think it's if I remember, I think it's Yoda and Mace, but they suggest that they need to assassinate Count Dooku. So it's not like fight him and then you kill him while you're fighting him. No, this is straight up murder him. So this is huge against the council, and and obviously they're doing this in private. They're not talking to the council. And Anakin volunteers, like he's like, "I'll do it," but they say no. It has to be somebody that's discreet, And Obi-Wan has a suggestion, and for some reason he suggests Quinlan Vos, but they determine also that he can't do it alone. And Obi-Wan suggests Asajj Ventress because Ventress has this vendetta against Dooku.
Right.
You can probably get in your good graces with her and then somehow trick her or lead her into helping you, and then you guys go and kill him. Anyway, so the plan is that he goes undercover as a bounty hunter, and they get to know each other better and trust each other, and then they will go. But the whole time he's supposed to not reveal that he's a Jedi, right? But anyway, so what's really neat is when he's trying to track her down, he runs into a bar that has Bosk.
Oh, jeez.
So he's talking to Bosk, and he's talking to Boba Fett.
Wow.
Yeah, so just think about the series, you would have saw that stuff, right? But anyway, so with where I'm at, and again, it's not a major plot point. I don't think, but if you don't want to hear anything, you should probably skip. But as he tracks her down and they start doing bounties together and as partners and stuff like that, blah 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 blah. So two things happen that are pretty crazy. One, they get romantically involved with each other.
I think I heard that part. Yeah.
Right. And things happen to where he has to, use the Force sometimes. So she figures it out before he reveals that he's a Jedi. And so that so as he reveals his mission to her, she basically says, there's no way you can do it. The only way you're going to be able to kill Dooku is if you use the dark side. So she trains him to use the dark side. Dark disciple. Yeah. So he's the actual dark disciple.
Cool.
So it's really good. I mean, because there's scenes where he's and what I keep thinking about in these instances when he's training, because what happens is she takes him to Dathomir and trains him, right? And while they're there, I kept thinking of Luke. I kept thinking of Luke, like how I guess it's suggested but not totally told, but how he had to have tapped into the dark side to defeat Vader in Return of the Jedi, right? Because as soon as he hurt his sister, it's like all that fear, all that emotion, all that anger. That's the only way he was able to overpower. So it's basically what she's teaching him is that you have to tap into fear, you have to tap into hatred, and it'll make you powerful, and then you have the power.
That's crazy.
But what's crazy is Voss is doing these things, but it's funny because he gets to a point where he finishes the task, and then it says like he lets the darkness just wash away, and he gets back to So he's not he's not fully committing to the dark side, but he's channeling the dark side. It's so
that reminds me of like Mace Windu's kind of
correct. I thought of that too, right?
Interesting.
So you wonder like if he did that against Sidious. Like you have to, in order to fully defeat. But I mean, Dooku or Anakin defeated Dooku, but did he tap into the? He may have, because if you think about it, he didn't overpower Dooku until he saw Obi-Wan nearly die, right? And it's like something might have clicked, and maybe that's what it is.
Even Obi-Wan and Maul, I don't know,
right?
Something like that happens, they get mad and they just start unleashing and become an animal.
Yeah, like with Qui-Gon,
yeah,
that is very true. I mean, see, there's a lot about it that
it's a little gray area, you might say.
Very true, very true. Now, what I was a little confused about, and I don't know what the full explanation of this is, but it talks about when Asajj, because I think on the book cover, I didn't even really notice it on the book cover until I heard it on the book inside the book. But he has a green blade. Mm-hmm. At this point, she has a yellow blade. Now, the only yellow ones we saw were from the Jedi guards. Now, right? Mm-hmm. We saw that those are canon.
Yeah.
It looks like every guard has a yellow blade, but apparently, so she has a yellow blade.
She got one somehow.
So it makes you kind of think, because I can't remember. I thought she still had the red in the later part of Clone Wars. So somehow she picked up a yellow. I don't know, but yeah. So she's, and I'm telling you, this is, obviously because they're emotionally involved with each other, they're opening up about. I mean, you're learning a ton about Ventress and how it's just really, really. She's not just the Sith assassin that you know about her.
Yeah,
she's got a lot of depth to her, and
cool. Good.
It's really good. And Voss is really good. Voss is like a. Honestly, he acts very much like a Jedi Indiana Jones. He's like so casual and cool, and got this cockiness to him, and but he's a master and well respected by Yoda and Obi-Wan and Mace, and it's a really good book. Actually, I'm really glad.
So it's pretty short, right?
It's about. I mean, short in terms of reading audio. It's about 13 hours, whereas Thrawn was close to 16, I think.
Yeah,
so it's a little small. It's more along the lines of what like Heir to the Jedi, and Tarkin, and Catalyst, and all that stuff were. But no, it's really good. I'm going to breeze through this thing. I got about 6 hours left, maybe. So I think I'll be done by the time Battlefront comes out.
Yeah,
I've already pre-ordered. I already got Battlefront. It'll be in my audio playlist as soon as it comes out. Because I'm really looking forward to that one. I'm really because that's another thing too. Is sidebar is that there's a picture put out by
that new photo.
How do you say her name? Janina? You said it.
You made me forget.
Yeah. Janina
Gavankar.
Janina
Gavankar.
Anyway, the other one's in the picture. I mean, I guess Inferno Squad. She says Inferno Squad, which I'm assuming it's just 3 people.
That
makes sense because on the cover is only 3 people, right?
I suppose. Yeah, I mean, at the very end of when the game starts, I suppose it's just them 3, and you can definitely see Paul Blackthorne.
Paul Blackthorne, is one of them. So then you got Jania, and then you got TJ Ramini. Now he looks familiar, but I can't place where I've seen him in. I have to do an IMDb real fast. TJ Ramini. So it's them 3 that are in Inferno Squad. Again, for some reason, I felt like Inferno Squad was made up of crazy. Wait, was that last season or this season? No, it was. It was this Legacy. So he was in 24 this past season. 24 Legacy.
Cool.
He was in Batman Begins. Apparently, it says Crane Thug #1. But he's been in a bunch of TV stuff. But that's how I know him from. He was in 24 Legacy this past season, this past spring, winter, spring. So anyway, cool. Really happy about Paul Blackthorne, though.
Yes.
I like Paul Blackthorne a lot. So you can check that out. That picture is out there on Janina's.
Also, the excerpt is out there too.
Oh yeah,
go and find.
Actually, no. There's actually 4 on the cover. There's a 4th. There's a female down there on the cover. Another female. So
maybe she doesn't make it.
Yeah.
Maybe none of them make it.
That's like one of the best covers, man.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Although I don't know what city that is or anything like that, but because it doesn't look like, it doesn't look like Endor, obviously.
Right.
Another thing about that, real quick sidebar about the Dark Disciple novel. One of their bounty missions, they go to one of the first ones. They go to Mustafar because there's actually a town.
There's
like civilization
there are
on Mustafar.
there's people there that live there.
Yeah,
Natives.
it's controlled. It's controlled by Black Sun.
Yeah.
So there's like a castle and like someone rules that that area, and there's a town, there's a bar, and I'm like, what? Mustafar? What
Is
are
it
you?
still lava over there? Or
Yeah, well, it's a lava planet that they, those workers are still they're mining the lava and doing stuff to it, but there's a community there. Like there's a city. I'm like, what? That was like deserted, and it's just
that's where Vader made his castle.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear?
So like
Vader's next door.
That was confirmed, right? So that is Mustafar.
That's Mustafar. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah.
So there's people that at that point in a way lived there. I mean, mostly I think it was the workers.
Yeah.
But there was a bar that they went to and got information from this guy. So, anyway, really good book. Go check it out. What else?
I don't know, but I definitely need to get back into reading, man.
Yeah, my goal is I'm trying to get caught up. So I'm trying to get through them all as I can get to the new ones and not. So I'm through all those. Yeah, I've went through those. I think the only ones now I have to do after. I think there's if I do Twilight Company, I haven't done that, and I haven't done Lords of the Sith.
Yeah, and are you gonna do the junior novels? Or are you gonna?
Right. So those are the only two. Besides Dark Disciple, those are the other two adult novels I haven't done. Now, I will do
a young adult. I'm sorry. Not
the
novels.
young adult. I will do Rebel Rising.
Yeah,
but if I have a lot of time between, then if a new one, then I'll probably do Lost Stars.
That one's long.
I know. But if I have some time, if there's 4 months until, because I think Dark Disciple after Inferno Squad, the next one is Phasma, right?
I think so.
And Phasma is like September or something like that.
And there's a couple of little ones from the Journey to the Last Jedi too. There's like a Leia one, there's a Luke one, like little books.
Yeah, like those other ones up there.
So,
yeah. See, I haven't done those either. I did the Awakenings one with but I didn't do the Luke.
I really want to do those. Yeah,
I do want to do those too.
One,
See, if I do those on audio, those are short. Those are a couple hours, so I can probably breeze through those. But I'm just trying to get caught up on the adult novels. But I did we did Ahsoka was really good.
Oh yeah.
So I actually wish Rebel Rising. I wish Felicity did that.
They should do that more often.
I know.
Have the actors read the books.
Totally.
You could have Chirrut read
the best opportunity
Guardians.
would have been Heir to the Jedi, because that was Luke's perspective.
Have Mark Hamill read it?
Yes.
Oh, man.
That would have been the best.
Yeah.
Because that was his,
that would have been great.
From his point of view.
Mm-hmm.
The whole book was his point of view.
Think if Carrie Fisher read Bloodline.
Exactly. Yeah.
Gosh, that would have been nuts.
That would have been crazy. All right. I think that's it. Is that it? That's it. Yeah, that's it. All right. Thanks for checking us out. The last thing I really want to push, though, still is our commentaries and trailers that we're pushing out there. Episode 2. It's July, so we're pushing that out there. Go to our Facebook page, our Twitter, our Instagram. By that time, I'll post it on Instagram. I don't think I did it yet. Mm-hmm. But we will put those out there. The episode 2 fan trailer is out. At the end of that, there's a link to our commentary that we did with our buddy Charles Thompson. We are about to record the episode 3 commentary. That'll be out next month, in the month of August, with our coworker Anthony Guglielmi. He is it's funny because he's a prequel fan. He's a little bit. I mean, it's funny because when we drove down to Celebration, he wanted to watch the prequels because he hadn't seen them in a while.
Yeah.
So I felt like he liked them a lot when he was watching them, but maybe not. I don't know.
We'll see.
I'm glad we got episode 2 out of the way. You know, now they're all good.
That was a hurdle. That's like
yeah.
Get the episode 2.
1 and 2. Yeah.
All right. Episode 3 is pretty good, so let's do it.
But 2, you know, the thing about it is like I'm telling you, I don't want to toot my own horn, but watch the trailer that I made, and
pretty good, man.
It makes the movie look really good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does.
It focuses just on the Clone Wars and nothing about the love story, nothing about Anakin. It's just about the Clone Wars. And episode 3 trailer, as I envision how that's going to be, that's going to be strictly more about the fall of Anakin Skywalker. So I'm looking forward to putting that together, and then I'm really looking forward to our Rogue One commentary after that, because we haven't done one for that.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering how I'm going to make a trailer in the Jedi style of that. You know what I mean? So anyway, it's going to be fun. So check that out. We'll be constantly pushing those out there. Other than that, go to InsideTheForce.com for everything else. All the platforms you can get our podcast on, which is iTunes, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Google Play. Also, our RSS feed is right there on the site. And, of course, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Google+. YouTube is up there. That's where you're going to see all these videos, so go there. Casey over there is at Kryptonian1138. I am D. Cottingham21. That is all. Thanks for listening, everybody. For Casey Cooley.
Attachment is forbidden. Possession is forbidden. Compassion, which I would define as unconditional love, is essential to a Jedi's life. So you might say that we are encouraged to love.
Very good.
I think it's actually very important to dissect that, because that's one thing with the prequels in like episode 2. Like it does go into the Jedi Order and their beliefs, which I love, and I think that will play heavily into Last Jedi.
Well, it's funny you read that too, because I know you read that for episode 2, but they mention a lot of that in Dark Disciple.
Okay, then,
because Asajj is like, you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to do this, and Voss is like, and Voss again. I hate spoiler, but not. But again, I'm only halfway through the book, but Voss is like, I want to leave the Jedi Order because of you. You know, it's like, if it means I can't be with you, I don't want to be a Jedi. Yeah. So it's like, I mean, I'm like, what the heck? You know, like, how often does that happen? You know, because we saw the Obi-Wan relationship with Satine. It's like, I mean, it happens. I mean, it's like, but it's very true what he says, Anakin says in episode 2 is, because his point of view, again, point of view, right? His point of view is that attachment is forbidden, but compassion, which he defines as unconditional love, is essential to a Jedi's life, right? Yeah. So you are encouraged to love, although you're not supposed to attach yourself, right? Sure. Attachment. So I mean, how difficult is that?
It's interesting,
right?
Man. It is, you know, more and more read these books and these comics and these TV shows, whatever, everything. It's peeling back the layers of the Jedi and finding little nuggets of where, like, you know, they didn't really have their views in line, and kind of correct. They're a little skewed in some areas. You know, they're still the good guys, and they're still right on the on the side of things. But they definitely had a few little strange pieces of dogma that they believed in. So
but you can clearly understand when it happens. Is like, you think, if you could argue like, well, why can't they have a family and still? But what does Yoda say? Yoda's like, you have to let go everything you fear to lose. Yeah. Because if you have something and you fear to lose it, then you're going down the path of the dark side. Absolutely. Right? So it's like, it makes sense. Yeah. But I don't know. It's hard. It's got to be hard. It's very hard. And Anakin couldn't do it. So, all right. We'll end on that note. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a great weekend. We will be back here next week, hopefully with a lot of D23 talk as well as some more Star Wars updates. Take care, guys. He's Casey.
Goodbye, everybody.
I'm Dave. May the Force be with you.
Thank you for listening to Inside the Force, a Star Wars podcast hosted by David Cottingham and Casey Cooney. For more shows, additional content, articles, and the latest Star Wars news, please visit InsideTheForce.com. Inside the Force. For the Force within all of us.